It's about 75 miles from downtown Cleveland to Bellevue in north central Ohio.
Actually, the first railroad in the state of Ohio run right through Bellevue, was a division point for them. And then into the 1880s, the Nickel Plate, which was the New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad, picked Bellevue to be a major division point for their railroad between Buffalo and Chicago.
By the way, this railroad museum isn't one of those stuffy places that you can only stand behind ropes and look. Here, they welcome you to come on and even touch some of the exhibits.
Yeah, we do encourage hands-on. Several museums you go to, the things are closed up and you can't really get in and see what is inside the different cars. Ours are open, they're filled with displays. We've got a couple locomotives you can get into, several cabooses, passenger cars, boxcars.
It's a small, compact museum, but don't let that fool you. There are over 50 giant pieces of rolling stock and other railroad items to see and to experience.
Probably most popular, especially with the kids, is the locomotives. It's not often they get to crawl into something like that. The adults, almost everything is popular. There's so much stuff to see in all our different displays and cars that there's people that can spend 4 or 5 hours here and not see it all.
Across the street is another building housing more rolling stock and one of the museum's most prized possessions, the bell that came from the locomotive on Abraham Lincoln's funeral train. Chris, tell me about the Lincoln Bell.
Lincoln Bell is a bell off of one of the locomotives that pulled the Lincoln funeral train. It was acquired by a gentleman in Bucyrus, Ohio. He offered it to us at a certain price, and the local banks chipped in and helped purchase it for us.
Here also is a replica of the very first locomotive that started railroading in Ohio way back in 1837. It's called the Sandusky. Everywhere you look, you'll see lanterns, uniforms, and signs that help tell the story of railroads. The Mad River and Nickel Plate Museum is only open on weekends during the months of September and October. So if you hope to visit the museum, make your plans soon. You know, since it's autumn, it's also a time to experience Oktoberfest. And what better place to experience it than here at the Beer Keller Pub just outside of Bellevue. It's an authentic German restaurant. From the century-old beams in the ceiling to the huge fireplace, the restaurant exudes warm hospitality. And are you from Germany?
I am. I actually lived there until I was 23. Came here in 1983 with my husband. He was in the service and brought me here, and here we are. One of my longtime dreams came true. My grandmother was actually a cook at a castle for a baron back in 1905. Wow. And my mom's great cook, worked at restaurants all her life, and so one right here would be a Jägerschnitzel. Then over here you have your original Sauerbraten, Spätzles with the red cabbage, and then these are called Rouladen. Our cakes don't have frosting like in the United States. This is whipped cream, for instance, and then this one would be vanilla pudding mixed with butter.
We have 28 beers on tap.
And these are a lot of German beers.
A lot of German beers, and they're very hard to get just from obviously transporting overseas and everything.
What's the most rare one that you have here?
The Reisendorf Kolsch. It's a German Pilsner. It's a light beer. It's very smooth.
The spirit of Gemütlichkeit and Thomas the Train, well, they all come together right here in Bellevue, Ohio. And best of all, it's just a one-tank trip. I'm Neil Zerker, and I hope you remember AAA will help you find the way.